you ready.
Good evening. I'd like to call our meeting to order tonight. I'd like to lead us in our prayer. If you would please stand, and from our prayer we'll go right into the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. McCullum, call roll, please.
All right, Councilman Roberts.
Here.
President Logan.
Here.
Councilman Hinton.
Here.
Councilman Davis.
For the record, Councilman Davis wanted everybody to know he's on military training, and he sends his regards. He will be back next week.
And we all feel safer for it.
Yes, sir.
All right. And
Present.
All right. Item 5 is approval of our agenda. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Second.
Second by Councilman Roberts. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilman Roberts.
Yes.
President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 6, visitors to address our council. We have one visitor signed to speak formally. It's Mr. John D. Freeman. Mr. Freeman, come on up. Thank you so much for signing up to speak. I know this is a formal visitor to address the council, separate from public comment. So thank you, Mr. Freeman. Please state your name and address for the record.
Well, I appreciate y'all taking this time. This is about the 5th time I've been up here, and of course all these people is new now that that was on this council before I come up here, but I don't know how many years ago I bought lots in Green Village mobile home. They said it was a mobile home park. And there's, I don't know, there's 300 trailers in there or less. And me and my wife, I worked 12-hour shifts and paid $80 a month and was renting the first one for $35 a month for 10 years before I ever realized. My wife worked at Harper Chambers Lumber Company, and we wanted to have some income when we retired. And then one day somebody come up and said, I got a letter and said, this ain't a trailer park no more. This is a HUD. Well, I never had seen a HUD parked in there because I don't know what a HUD is. I mean, I know what it stands for. And I know y'all think I may be dumb, but I was raised on Hell's Creek, and I picked cotton for a penny a pound, and I run a bulldozer for 25 cents an hour. I helped build the first interstate highways ever lit in the state of Alabama. I built Big Jim Folsom Foreign Market roads before there was ever interstate highway. I helped build Lake Eufaula. I helped build Lake Tuscaloosa Dam, and I've been around the block a time or two. And I'm a poor man. I got the cheapest rent in Tuscaloosa County. I try to help people. I'm a Christian man. I go to church and I pray and I represent that flag and I serve this country. And I bought this property so I could have my retirement from. I worked 20 years on the roads construction, building all this, and then I worked 18 years at B.F. Goodrich. And my last B.F. Goodrich retirement check was $50. I ain't got no government job. I ain't never had a government job, and I ain't got a big retirement. And I come up here years ago. There's a friend of mine named Dan Morrison sitting on that council, and they said that wasn't a trailer park. And Dan Morrison was the only one that stood up and said, how long did y'all have to go to college before you figured out that's not a trailer park? Now, all I'm asking you people to do is to be fair and honest. You got a trailer park right down the road here, Willowbrook, with trailers in it. You got one right out here behind Hardy's. Now we got a garbage dump in the city limits of Northport, right below my house. I lived in Northport in Booth Estates 24 years. But now I built a house on Mount Olive Road. I'm about this far from the city limits now. And all I want y'all to do is to be honest. My wife she's the intelligent one in my family. She wanted me to read this. What is the purpose in stopping us from renting lots on a mobile home once one is moved? If someone is on the lot, it is more likely we can keep them clean. And every vacant lot won't be so bad. And the income from that, y'all will get income off of it. If it's empty, you're not getting any income. You're not getting your property, your tax for a business, is what I'm trying to say. It is definitely not right that one person can rent a lot and we can't. We purchased our lots to rent and keep on our retirement expense, for our retirement expense. And y'all that have got there's a creek, a ditch running down that trailer park out there, and it's in terrible shape. And it's y'all's responsibility to keep it clean. And the city of Northport had a guy named Jimmy Gosa from Gordo, Alabama, that worked with this city 25 years, was the best employee y'all ever had. And he kept the curbs and gutters cleaned out there. He kept that ditch cleaned out every year. He took a crew of men. And I've talked to somebody not lately about cleaning. Oh, we can't do that. We can't. There's sewer lines and all that. Well, Jimmy Gosher kept it cleaned out for a lot of years. And he done what needed to be done. And
Mr. Freeman, I want to say thank you for coming up, and I want to make sure I get your address. I didn't write it down, and the reason I want to say that is I'm writing kind of one of some of your concerns. I think it's more of a code enforcement as it regards to the need or the restriction of putting in new mobile homes once one has left the actual complex. That's one. The second one is I think you had a request or a question as to why some of the ditches that run along that creek not being cleaned out. That's the second one. And I think the third one is you're trying to get a little bit more clarity. You're trying to get some understanding as to why that code is the way it is. So again, a lot of these men and women who probably up here probably don't know the recent history of it. So you may have to give us a little time to kind of research it ourselves to make sure that we give you the right information back.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. May I do this before you leave this podium? If it's possible, may I get a contact number to where I can have Mr. McCullum and his staff reach out to you and just start working from that standpoint?
And I got one other thing I want to present you.
Okay.
This is a bill for
bill?
2 lots. It's been empty for 10 years, and it's the cheapest lot in Tuscaloosa County, rent. And this is the amount of rent that's cost me for 10 years.
So you want me to pay it?
I want the city to pay it.
I don't know if the city will pay it, being honest. Oh, there it is. There it is. May I read this?
You can.
Okay, City of Northport, it is a bill for 10 years of rent on lot 168 and 172 in Green Village that this city has kept and my wife from receiving from these 2 lots because of the rule that is applied. So that comes into an amount of maybe $28,000 that you say the city owes you?
For 10 years.
Okay, I'm going to dispute the bill if that's possible. So I can dispute this bill.
You keep that bill.
Okay, I'll keep the bill, but let the record show it's not an actual bill, but we will dispute it. But I will put this to where Mr. McCullum can look at it. But the 2 things we need to look at is code enforcement from our standpoint to see what the current code reads. And it may be to where there's a reason why you had to eliminate new houses coming in or new trailers coming in. if I had to guess, and I'm just guessing, it may be to where we were trying to find ways to clean up Green Village as best we could, because at some point you may get what we call bad tenants, to where it makes the good tenants work extra hard because of the bad tenants, and maybe that was the reason that we actually put this code in place to say, once your trailer leaves, you can't put a new one in, just because we were trying to do the best job that we can, and that was probably the best option that we possibly could get at the time. So if I had to guess, that's probably the reason on that code, but I want staff and council and mayor probably to verify it. And then the second thing, the ditch that needs to be cleaned, you're probably gonna have to give us a little bit more time with Mr. McCullum and our public works staff to kind of see what we can and can't do. A lot of things have changed since that time when Mr. Gosa, who's long passed away, when he used to keep that ditch clean, if you remember. So there's some rules and regulations from the state code that may not allow us to do that anymore. Not saying that to be the gospel, but we just need to verify it.
I'm 84 years old. If I live till January, I'll be 85. I got one of my best friends I graduated from high school with. He's a CPA. He had a CPA with a doctor's degree from the University of Alabama out here. He couldn't count $2, and he was a CPA, an accountant. He taught school all over the world. Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Russia, Switzerland. And I called him one day, and I said, "What are you doing, partner?" He said, "I'm fixing to walk out the door to go to the bank to cover an overdraft." I said, "Is that the same thing as a bad check?" He said, "I think that's what they say." I said, "Partner, I went to school at Mount Vernon Junior High School. They taught me if you had $1, you could spend $1. If you spent more than that, you was in trouble." He said, "Oh, I skipped that class." and he was a super smart, he's dead now, but he was one of the best friends I ever had.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people that's educated, I've been a lot of places and seen a lot of things. I seen a motor running, one cylinder with water. It would sit there and run all day long with chains and sprockets and one jug off a Volkswagen. You know, there's a lot of these people could look around somewhere in this world and see people. The smartest people in this world didn't go to college. There's a lot of smart people in this world that didn't go to college.
Yes, sir.
And I've been there and done that.
Do you have a phone number, a house number, or whatever, so we can make contact
I'm gonna
with
bring
you?
you a card, but it's 339
Okay.
3097. And I got a cell phone. It ain't one of them iPhone things. I don't know nothing about all them computers.
No, you got the tried and true. There it is.
And it's 292-0421. And I want to tell every one of you, I love you. God loves you. And don't forget to pray and wash your hands.
Oh, I appreciate
Jesus and germs is everywhere.
I appreciate it, Mr. Freeman.
And I
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up. New business 8A1 is our first readings. We actually have 3 of those, and these are coming out of our planning department, so we'll move fairly quickly. New business 8A1 is a first reading of an annexation of approximately 0.98 acres located at 3821 37th Avenue. Ms. Ram?
Yes, sir. Ms. Marie Whiting is requesting the annexation at 3821 37th Avenue. She is requesting this annexation in order to continue receiving city services. It does come with a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission, and the initial zoning will be AG.
All right. Is there a member of council wanted to offer that for a first reading?
I'll offer that.
That's offered up by Councilman Hogg. Second item is a first reading of an ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 1005 15th Court. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. This is a first reading, as you said. The building inspectors have deemed this structure to be unsafe and dangerous to the public health, and they are recommending demolishing this structure. All necessary procedures have been followed. We've notified the property owners and title search and all such things, and this is a first reading.
Thank you. I'll offer that for a first reading on item number 2. Item number 3 is a first reading of an ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 1904 15th Avenue. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. The building inspectors have also deemed this structure as being unsafe and dangerous to the public health. All necessary procedures have been followed, and this is a first reading.
Thank you. I'll offer that for a first reading. Item 4 is a first reading of an ordinance authorizing the issuance of general obligation warrant series 2019. Mr. McCullum.
For some time, we have been in discussion relative to reissuing or refinancing general obligation warrants that were first issued in 2009. This is our first opportunity to do so. The refinancing should save the city approximately $500,000, and the proceeds from this savings we will dedicate to a construction project, and so I'll answer any questions.
All right. I think the mechanics of this, Ron, in our pre-meeting, because of time sensitivity regarding the financial markets, we will probably need to suspend the rules to immediately consider it, correct?
Yes, sir, and it needs to be unanimous.
All right. And unanimous means with those present.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll make a motion to suspend the rules in order to immediately consider authorizing the issuance of 5.3 million in general obligation warrants series 2019 to refinance the existing general obligation warrant series 2009 of the same amount. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
Council President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Rules are suspended. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance authorizing the issuance of 5.3 million?
Move to approve.
That's a motion by Councilman Hogg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Roberts. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
All right, Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
and Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item C is consent agenda. We have 13 items. They range from minutes of the previous meeting, bill listings, travel and training, and PO requisitions in regards to our citywide resurfacing project, a PO requisition for Union Chapel Road 69, utility improvements, and a training opportunity through our legal department. So is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as printed?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Roberts. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
and Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 9, reports of special committees to council. If any member of council or the mayor's office wanted to report from their respective committee.
President Logan, Finance Committee will have a meeting Wednesday at 9 a.m. to take another look.
All right, that's Wednesday, October 23rd, 9 a.m. Finance Committee will meet. Any further business, Councilman Roberts? Thank you. Any further committee updates? All right.
The admin committee will meet this Thursday at 9 o'clock.
All right. Admin committee will meet Thursday. That's October 24th at 9 a.m. Any further business, Councilman Hinton?
That's all.
Thank you. Under Projects Committee, I know Councilman Davis is out on training. I wanted to give an update from his committee. We did meet with staff, very productive meeting. We discussed paving in the new budget year 2020, of course, and the process behind that, trying to use as much and many resources as we can. We also looked at ways of maybe coming together to do a more comprehensive road improvement plan, so we'll probably be getting with staff to kind of put some things on paper. For example, Bridge Avenue, Main Avenue, these are projects that we'll probably need to look at doing in the near future, but to maybe get a plan together and maybe do it comprehensively, to do it the right way. So I wanted to report on behalf of Councilman Davis under projects. All right, any further business under committees? All right, we have none under public hearings. Item 11, City Administrator's business. Mr. McCullum.
Nothing to report.
Item 12, departmental business. We have one under Police Department. Chief Burton, this is a transfer of an alcohol ABC license request for K&A Food Mart Shell, doing business as K&A Food Mart LLC ABC license. Chief?
Yes, sir. We did not find any issues with this application at all.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the ABC license for K&A Food Mart Shell, doing business as K&A Food Mart LLC. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 13 is public comment. We have one citizen signed to speak, Ms. Janice Hagler. Ms. Janice, good to see you.
I'm here with Safe Kids Tuscaloosa. The city of Northport has been a big supporter of ours for the past few years. Without the city's help, we would not be able to do what we have done. This past year, the Safe Kid Coalition is asking again for the $1,500 to pay the liability insurance. Without this insurance, what we do, we cannot do. I volunteered my time for all of this. I run the Child Passenger Safety Center. Here we were established in 2003 through a grant with Safe Kids Tuscaloosa and the Northport Fire Department. We are still open. We meet twice a month. Rain, shines, snow, or sleet, just like a mailman. We're there no matter if anybody else is not. One of us is there to help people put car seats in. We've been able to help communities. The community, we do education throughout the whole county. We get requests all the time for education on safety for children. We do car seat safety, wheel safety, teen driving, Halloween safety, and safe sleep. Those are our goals for Safe Kids that we passed this past year. So for the Child Passenger Safety Center, from January to September, and this is Child Passenger Safety Center and Safe Sleep is our two major goals this year. From January to September, we checked a total of 117 seats just at the car seat clinic. We gave away 58 seats. Safe Kids Tuscaloosa is one of 4 in the whole state who is a distribution center for the state grant. So anyone with some type of Alabama government assistance, such as Medicaid, WIC, food stamps, or All Kids, they are eligible for 1 car seat per child. We do have a phone number that was supported by the city of Northport through the police department, and anyone can call in, leave a message, and then I call them back, and we set up appointments. This is also used when somebody wants education. Of just the 2 of us that worked a car seat clinic as volunteers, we worked 108 hours so far. And we still got 2 months to go, 2.5 months rather. And for the events for Safe Kids from January to September, we have done 36 total events. That's not including the car seat clinic. We participate by doing presentations, safety fairs, and displays. Without your help, we cannot stay open because we have to have that liability insurance to be able to keep the car seat clinic open and to be able to help these families. And these families are low-income families. I answered 4 calls today about getting car seats for children and made them an appointment for Saturday. And the fire department has been sending one of their techs over to get their car seats checked. I don't remember how many we have from the fire department. We have 5 from the police department, and I think we have around 10 from the Northport Fire Department. This year, finally, we got Tuscaloosa Fire certified again to participate in our programs. Any questions?
I did have one, Ms. Janice.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you, if it's possible, can you just publicly, the number if somebody wanted to call, can you just give
Sure.
us that number?
It's 205-469-1234. They gave us an easy number to remember. And that's for any type of
I'm sorry, I
education.
forgot it. Can you tell me that
Yeah.
number? Okay, 469-1234.
Yes. And
Okay.
anyone can call for presentations or questions about car seats. If they have a question of, should my child be turned around forward facing? What kind of car seat does my child need to be in? Can they ride in the front seat yet? Have to be 13, have to be a teenager to ride in the front seat. That's what we tell the kids anyway.
Yes, ma'am. can I allow you to, if you don't mind, maybe speak with Mr. McCullum, maybe after the meeting, so his office can kind of go through, one, the expenditure request that you're needing,
Yes,
and,
sir.
and possibly the liability insurance aspect of it, maybe something we maybe to do differently that maybe save you and I, that, I don't know. So, that's something that we've always supported, but I want you to go through, if you don't mind, Mr. McCullum's office and let him kind of figure out how he's gonna make that expenditure work.
And we do the safety fair every year.
Yes, ma'am. You got
Here
a
at the
great
Civic
Dunkin'
Center.
booth.
I've
Yeah,
already got it booked for this coming year. We had probably 300 people or more show up last year.